Hidden military bases, strange buildings, and mysterious locations guarded from the public.
This is crazy.
Over the years, people have captured creepy places on cameras.
As we're out here in the woods and we just found a nuclear bunker.
Some believe they are linked to secret experiments, while others think they could be hiding something not of this world. So let's find the truth. In 1994, news broke that Russia was working on a flying saucer. Official reports called it an experimental craft built at the Saratov Aviation Factory. No wings, no airfields needed, just a smooth, hovering takeoff like something out of science fiction. But many believed there was more to it. Some said Russia hadn't designed it at all. They had recovered an actual UFO and were trying to recreate its technology. Whispers of a secret agreement between Russia and extraterrestrial beings started to spread. Well, what's your take on this? Hidden wreckage.
Wright-Patterson had several elements associated with it. It had a standard Air Force base at Patterson Field, and it had a high-technology testing facility at Wright Field.
Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio has been linked to UFO secrets for years. People say that after the Roswell crash in 1947, alien wreckage and bodies were taken to Hangar 18.
Recently, we investigated the rumors about Hangar 18 and in particular the Roswell connection too.
Inside a secret room, scientists may have studied strange technology. A former worker claimed underground labs held frozen alien bodies. The Air Force denied it all, but strange events kept the story alive. Some believe the base was used to study alien technology in secret. Even today, people still talk about Hangar 18, wondering if the government is hiding the truth. Buried bunker. A hiker in England came across an old concrete structure in the woods. At first, he thought it was just a forgotten pillbox from the war, but as he walked around, he noticed an entrance leading underground. Near the doorway, he found an old bullet, adding to the mystery. Curious, he climbed down. At the bottom, he froze. There was a long, dark tunnel stretching ahead. He followed it and soon reached massive metal doors. Inside, strange machines lined the walls, and more tunnels branched out in different directions. It felt like a hidden military site, or maybe used for something not of this world. Secret base. A group of explorers found an old military site in Cape Town, often called South Africa's Area 51. This abandoned place had huge generators, thick steel doors, and strange equipment left behind. It used to be a signal training base in the 1980s and 1990s, but it had been left empty for years. As they walked through the site, they noticed deep holes in the ground and marks from heavy machines. There was even a shooting range nearby. But as they got closer to the main base, things changed. This place may be abandoned, but it seems like some secrets are still being protected. Lost facility.
That's a counterweight. I think that goes up.
In the UK's Area 51, hidden beneath the quiet town of Corsham, a group of explorers managed to sneak into the abandoned Royal Naval Stores Depot, a massive underground site that once stored sonar equipment for submarines. The deeper they went, the stranger things became. Old alarms, radiation warnings, and military signs lined the walls. Some lights and fans were still running, as if the place hadn't been fully abandoned. After capturing everything on camera, they left. But shockingly, the one who recorded it all later went missing. Frozen time. Deep under Germany, an old World War II hospital bunker still stands, hidden from the world. Unlike many that were destroyed, this one remained untouched, frozen in time. Explorers made their way inside, stepping into long-forgotten halls. Rusted doors, broken beds, and strange machines lined the rooms. The deeper they went, the more unsettling it became. Then, they found a locked chamber. different from the rest. Thick metal walls, strange symbols, and unusual air vents. This bunker might have been used for more than medical purposes. Some believe it was hiding something far beyond human understanding. Secret tunnel. Leaked footage from Area 51 has been making headlines, and for all good reason. It showed an automatic door opening on its own, revealing a long tunnel. Yes, you heard it right. The tunnel wasn't dark or abandoned, it was glowing with lights, as if someone was using it. As the footage continued, strange signs and crafts appeared, making it clear that this was no ordinary passage. But the biggest shock came later. This wasn't an old, forgotten tunnel. It was active, and it wasn't humans using it. The footage suggested that aliens had made a secret base here for some mission. Vanished explorer. A brave explorer ventured into an abandoned nuclear bunker, untouched for 20 years. But as he stepped inside, it didn't feel empty. The bunker had a heavy steel door, yet the technology inside looked far too advanced for its age. Originally built during World War II, the bunker was later repurposed during the Cold War as a nuclear fallout facility, but rumors suggested it was still in use by something else. The radio tower, once meant for military communication, could have been sending or receiving signals from otherworldly beings. The explorer who entered never came back. No one knows where he went. Hidden gateway. The Raven Rock Mountain complex was built as a secret military bunker, but according to some theories, its true purpose was never about national security. A drone recently captured aerial footage of the site, giving a rare glimpse of its massive structure. But the real mystery lies beneath. Some believe the government never built Site R. They found it. Leaked documents over the years hint at encounters with non-human entities, moving through underground chambers as if they belonged there. The complex isn't just a bunker, it's a gateway. Whatever was sealed beneath Raven Rock, it was locked away for a reason. But the real question is, how much longer can it stay contained? Buried base. A restricted site in Russia has kept people guessing for years. Strange lights have been seen in the sky above it, and those who get too close are quickly turned away. At first, it seemed like just another military base, but leaked information suggested otherwise. Deep underground, long tunnels stretch beneath the surface. Some reports claimed the place held objects not from this world. Others hinted at rooms where beings were studied in secret. Eventually, it became clear this wasn't just any base. It was Russia's own version of Area 51, and if the stories are true, their secrets go far beyond anything we can imagine. Mountain Fortress.
Apart from nostalgia, we'll keep some of them in our museum and you see behind me, but the rest to be treated according to the domestic legislation for sale or other usage.
Authorities discovered something shocking in northern Albania, a hidden portal buried in the hillside. A massive steel door creaked open, revealing a secret airbase deep inside the mountain. Known as the Gjöder Air Base, this underground facility stretches 600 meters, with tunnels leading to a dark, forgotten world. Communist-era fighter jets sat abandoned, covered in dust. But that wasn't all. Strange flying crafts were found inside, too. People started questioning, was this just an old air base, or had something else been using it? The unusual crafts sparked debates, with some saying aliens had once resided there. A place like this, hidden away for so long, could have been more than just a military base. Frozen secrets. An old video started making rounds online, showing what looked like a massive transportation operation. In 1946, an officer led a U.S. Navy expedition to Antarctica with 13 ships, 4,700 men, and aircraft to Antarctica. Officially, they were there to explore and map the frozen land. But what if that wasn't the real reason? Their strange things were discovered. Mountains that didn't appear on maps, warm lakes in a place that should be frozen, and underground structures hidden beneath the ice. Some say the Navy wasn't just exploring, they were searching for something, or maybe protecting it. Submarine Vault. In Crimea, a former Russian submarine officer took a tour of Balaclava and shared it online. This wasn't just any base, it was a secret submarine facility carved into a mountain, built to withstand a direct nuclear strike. But here's where it gets strange. The base is restricted. Not just anyone can enter. And for years, rumors have spread about why it was really locked down. Some say it wasn't just about military security, but about an outer space visit. Was something or someone hidden inside? Maybe there was an agreement between the military and something not from this world. Whatever happened in Balaclava, it was never meant for the public to know. Ancient lab. In China, an expert discovered a hidden underground lab, a place that seemed untouched for ages. The walls looked ancient, and there scattered around were strange artifacts and tools, nothing like what he had seen before. But the most unsettling part was that the water was everywhere, as if the place was still in use. It wasn't abandoned. It felt active. A thought crossed his mind. Could this be an alien site? After all, isolated places like this are perfect for something secret. Silent bunker. A YouTuber stumbled upon an old Soviet command bunker, a massive underground structure with countless rooms, all covered in dust and decay. But one thing didn't make sense. The power was still on. Machines hummed. It was as if someone was still there. It should have been abandoned, yet it felt active. Was someone hiding there? Who knows? The YouTuber recorded everything and uploaded the footage, but soon after, he received threats, orders to take the video down, or else. Who didn't want this place exposed? Phantom Factory.
It's still got power. Don't touch it. Okay.
In China, an abandoned pharmaceutical factory stood untouched since the 1990s. From the outside, it looked like just another forgotten building, but inside, it was a different story. Massive factory floors, rusted machines, and endless corridors extended into darkness. Old laboratory tables were covered in strange equipment, left behind like the scientists had vanished overnight.
Laboratory. Laboratory.
Deeper inside, a hidden room came into view. Unlike the rest, this one was different. The machine still looked intact, the setup too advanced for its time. Maybe this wasn't just abandoned research. Might had an alien connection. Could be an extraterrestrial technology buried in black sites. Lost Traveler. In 2017, a traveler ventured deep into the Amazon rainforest with local guides. They warned about a hidden cave that no one dared to enter. Ignoring the warnings, he stepped inside and never returned. The guides searched but found no trace of him. Days later, another group entered and discovered a camera near a strange rock formation. The last video showed him staring at something, his expression frozen in fear. Then the screen cut off. No one knows what he saw, but the cave has remained untouched ever since. Some believe an ancient guardian protects it, making sure no outsider ever leaves once they step inside. Unknown spheres. In England, RAF Menwith Hill stands as one of the world's largest electronic monitoring stations. This top-secret base is used for intelligence gathering, covered in massive white radar domes that conceal advanced surveillance technology. But when a drone clip of the site went viral, many saw something entirely different. The isolated giant white spheres looked too strange, almost otherworldly. Some were convinced it was linked to UFO activity, a hidden government connection to extraterrestrial forces. And while the base's true purpose is known, rumors persist. Strange events, whispers of disappearances, and the idea that something beyond human control might be at play keep the theories alive. Silent signals.
These machines can draw over 220 gallons per hour, so we've got 3 12,000-gallon fuel tanks outside.
In Gakona, Alaska, HARP has fueled conspiracy theories for years. Some believe it controls weather or even mines. In 2004, researchers fired radio waves into the sky, creating a strange glow. Scientists called it an experiment, but many weren't convinced. Originally run by the U.S. Air Force, HARP was later given to the University of Alaska. With 180 antennas, it studies radio waves and the atmosphere.
Basically, these trailers house the power that powers up these towers when they send signals out to the atmosphere and back. That's basically all we know so far.
But some believe there's more to it. Recently, a user claimed to have found a map of similar stations worldwide. Could HARP be part of something bigger? Maybe an extraterrestrial thing going on? Who knows? Granite depths.
25 tons and runs on hydraulics. It's usually open all the time, but if it is closed, oh, then there's a problem.
Driving south of Colorado Springs, a mountain dominates in the distance. But what's inside it is what really matters. Hidden a mile deep under solid granite is one of the most secretive military bases in the world, Cheyenne Mountain. The entrance is a long tunnel leading to two massive blast doors. Behind them, a command center with over 150 buildings, all sitting on huge springs. There are underground lakes, power generators, and even a small shop for workers. Some believe it's more than just a military base. Could something else be hiding deep underground?
This reservoir is like 20 feet deep, and it holds about 1,500,000 gallons of water.
Moving statue. People thought it was just an old statue standing in the middle of a forest in Germany, just a smooth stone surface. Hikers passed by without paying much attention until reports started coming in. At night, campers swore they heard footsteps circling their tents. Some claimed the statue wasn't where it had been before. One group even took photos, only to find the statue facing them in every shot, even when they were behind it. No one knew who placed it there or how it moved, but after a few nights, campers stopped staying too long. It was safer that way. Skywatchers. Under Canada, hidden beneath a solid rock, there's a place few have ever seen. A massive underground complex built to survive the worst. Explorers made their way inside, stepping through long, empty tunnels. Deep within, they found enormous doors, once meant to keep out the unthinkable. Inside, old computers sat abandoned, their screens dark. Strange markings covered the walls, symbols, codes, or warnings. This was no ordinary bunker. It was designed to track what moved in the skies, to decide what was a threat. But as they went deeper, they found rooms that didn't match the rest. Hidden chambers, sealed off from time. What was really being monitored here, and why was it suddenly abandoned? Sealed lab.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the win.
Deep in New York, an abandoned military base stood, once active, now silent. Explorers stepped inside, finding sealed-off tunnels. Strange markings on the walls, broken lab equipment scattered around. Whispers of secret experiments, mind control, even time travel. Some say a creature escaped from here. Something not human. The deeper they went, the more questions they had. Why were the tunnels blocked and was erased from history? Whatever happened here, it wasn't meant to be found.
Was there tunnels here?
I think there was an underground. There was tunnels underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Flooded vault.
As we're out here in the woods and we just found a nuclear bunker.
Something about the place felt off. A nuclear bunker, hidden deep in the woods, completely flooded. The adventurers put on helmets and masks, stepping onto small paddle boats. The water was everywhere, filling hallways and covering rooms. They pushed forward, passing rusted electrical panels, old showers, and deep, dark holes. Then they saw it. Another raft. Left behind. By who and why? The bunker felt too untouched, as if someone or something was still using it. They barely made it back out, but the mystery remained.
It's not actually your stomach that's the problem, it's mostly your ribcage.
Erased minds. There are secrets hidden in history, things people weren't supposed to know. One of them was a Cold War experiment that remained in the shadows for years. During that time, a secret program was launched to study mind control. Hospitals and psychiatric institutions across the United States and Canada became testing grounds. People were put through treatments, their memories wiped, and their minds rewritten. They were left changed, lost in a world they no longer recognized. Years later, the truth started to come out, but much of the evidence was already gone, erased like the memories of those who suffered. Shadow Airstrip. Within the mountains of Albania, there's a base unlike any other. From the outside, it looks like nothing more than an old airstrip, but behind it lies a massive underground facility carved directly into the rock. Planes could land and disappear inside, hidden from satellites and enemy eyes. At one point, it held up to 50 aircraft, secretly used for classified missions. Even after it was said to be shut down, rumors spread that the base was still active. What really happens behind those sealed doors? Only those inside truly know, and they're not talking. Fortress Depths. Inside a mountain in Colorado, there's a hidden world, one designed to survive even the worst disasters. The Cheyenne Mountain complex isn't just any base, it's a city within rock, built to withstand a massive nuclear discharge. Thick steel doors, powerful generators, and underground reservoirs keep it running no matter what happens outside. The entire place sits on massive springs, ready to absorb shock from earthquakes or explosions. Even computers had to be carefully replaced, or the buildings inside would shift out of place. It's said to be just a backup command center now, but with everything still running smoothly beneath the mountain, one has to wonder how much of it is truly just in case. Veiled tunnels.
Today I'm heading into the Brackla hillside to find the giant underground magazine tunnels that were once part of Royal Ordnance Factory Bridgend.
Deep in the hills of Bridgend, a hidden past still lingers. Once a massive munitions factory, Brackla's tunnels held explosives during wartime, but in the 1960s, part of it became a secret nuclear bunker, ready for the worst. Though abandoned in places, some tunnels remain in use, their purpose unknown. Well-kept roads and silent structures hint at something still happening beneath. Even Doctor Who was filmed here, offering a rare glimpse inside. What remains hidden in these underground passages?
Further down the hillside are the remains of yet more tunnels, with the main access and ventilation shafts now filled in.
Icy Stronghold. Hidden deep in Norway's Arctic, a secret naval base was carved into the mountains. Built during the Cold War, Olavsvern had docks, workshops, and tunnels stretching for miles, all hidden beneath solid rock. It was meant to protect Norway, but in 2009, it was sold. Soon, Russian-linked companies took control, raising alarm. Fearing what was happening behind those sealed doors, Norway took it back. Now, operations have quietly restarted. With global tensions rising, this once-forgotten base might soon play a critical role again, its true purpose hidden beneath layers of secrecy. Marked Bunker.
This is kind of like the heart.
For 50 years, a massive World War II bunker remained sealed, its secrets locked away. When explorers finally stepped inside, they found rusted tracks, heavy blast doors, and an old hoist still working. A 1943 wine bottle sat untouched, as if time had frozen. But something felt off. Strange markings covered the walls, symbols that didn't all belong to the past. Could this abandoned bunker have been the perfect hiding spot for something extraterrestrial? Its deep tunnels, thick walls, and hidden rooms seemed almost designed for more than just war. Whatever once lurked here, it might not have left.
Yeah. Wow. But now you can see the shutter is closed.
Silent stockpile.
Visit some bunkers that held nuclear weapons on what they called the Hill.
In the woods, hikers stumbled upon an abandoned U.S. Army base, its nuclear storage bunkers left to time. Inside, they found rusted oil cans from 1993, massive doors, and strange markings on the walls. Old electrical panels and heavy-duty tires hinted at something big once being stored here. One room, marked holding area, had thick steel doors that could seal anything inside, but with no records of what was kept here. The mystery remains. The doors may be open now, but whatever was locked away in this bunker might have already found a way out.
And that's really random, too.
Frozen chamber.
Some serious stuff in here. Just look at how big these doors are. These are lead doors.
Scientists stepped into an abandoned research lab, its halls frozen in time. Old equipment, dusty documents, and forgotten samples filled the space. A heavy door led to a room still powered, where freezers held preserved biological samples from years ago. Tumors, tissues, and mysterious vials sat untouched, their purpose unknown. Another area stored strange serums, labeled with unsettling names. A mortuary vault hinted at secrets deeper than expected. The lab was silent now, but with everything left behind, it felt like the work here was never truly finished. Whatever they were researching, it might not have ended after all.
Guys, there's an extinct piece of technology here. It's the payphone. This is an extinct species.
Buried shelter.
I would hope that there's some sort of means or ways to shelter our legislative branch of government, since this particular facility has been compromised.
For over 30 years, the Greenbrier Hotel hid one of America's biggest secrets. Beneath its luxury, a massive bunker stood ready to protect government officials from nuclear war. Steel bunk beds, a hospital, and a cafeteria sat untouched, frozen in time. A hidden transmission tower waited for the moment it might broadcast to a shattered nation. Everything was in place. But when the secret got out in 1992, the bunker was abandoned. Now, it stands as a silent reminder of a plan that was never used, proof of how close the world once stood to the edge.
Any one of these engines would generate enough power to run 7 city blocks of homes.
Trapped below.
Well, at least there's some tins here. Well, okay, it's 31 years old.
A man explored an old underground bunker hidden deep in the woods. At first, everything seemed normal. Dusty rooms, rusted machines, and long-forgotten supplies. But as he walked further, he heard footsteps. He was supposed to be alone. The sound echoed through the halls, coming closer. He rushed back, only to find the entrance locked. His flashlight flickered, and in the dim light, he saw a shadow move. Was someone still living down here, or was it something else?
Water, drinking water. Here's a hatch. And I've been told there's about 3 of these, totaling about 276,000 liters.
Desert remains.
I believe that was ran by the U.S. Coast Guard.
The explorers arrived at an abandoned government facility in Searchlight, Nevada. The place had been left behind for years, once used by the U.S. Coast Guard, but now in ruins. Graffiti covered the walls, and broken equipment lay scattered everywhere. They stepped over rusted fuel tanks and old generators, trying to imagine how this place once operated. Inside, they found a destroyed bathroom, only a single shower still standing, as if waiting for someone. A sign confirmed the building once belonged to Homeland Security. They kept moving, unsure of what else they might find. The silence made it feel like the place wasn't entirely empty. Forgotten Wing. The explorers stepped into a massive, abandoned government building, its halls silent, its walls covered in dust. Most of the rooms were empty, just broken chairs and scattered papers. But then, they found something strange. A hidden door, slightly open. Inside, rows of old computers and server racks stood untouched, wires still running along the walls. The air felt as if the past was still remaining. Why was this room left behind? What kind of data once passed through these machines? They kept filming, taking in every detail before stepping back into the empty halls. Some secrets are never meant to be found.
We got water leaking.
Sealed vault. The adventurers carefully made their way out of the bunker, their footsteps echoing through the empty halls. As they reached the surface, the heavy door shut behind them, sealing away a forgotten past. The cold air inside still clung to their skin, and the eerie silence stayed in their minds. Who had last stood in those rooms and had once been planned down there? The bunker had been built to survive anything, yet now it sat abandoned, its secrets waiting in the dark. Few doors stay closed for a reason, but once opened, they never truly stay silent. Restricted zone.
So these train cars go for miles. We've been walking forever now.
The abandoned military base was quiet, but it felt like it was watching. The explorers walked through broken buildings, passing old lockers and empty showers. Rusty train tracks led to huge storage tanks that once held explosives. Then they saw a big, locked vault. What was inside? Before they could get closer, they heard trucks in the distance. Was someone still using this place? They didn't take any chances and left quickly. Some places may look empty, but not everything inside is truly gone.
They're locked, John.
Isolated grounds. An island hidden from the world, its history locked away. Once a place of sickness and isolation, it later held that society wanted to forget. Now, nature has swallowed the ruins, but the gates remain tightly shut. No visitors, no trespassers, only silence. The few who managed to glimpse inside spoke of buildings, overgrown paths, and strange sights that didn't quite make sense. Why so much secrecy over an abandoned place? If everything was gone, why guard it so closely? Maybe the past isn't the only thing trapped there. Maybe something still lingers, waiting. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear. This island isn't just forgotten, it's being kept that way. Hidden perimeter. Not all places on the map are meant to be visited. Hidden deep in the desert, surrounded by mountains, this secret facility has been operating for decades. It started during wartime, testing unknown materials behind closed doors. Locals once lived nearby, unaware of what was happening just beyond the hills. Strange incidents have been linked to the site, mysterious experiments, odd shipments, and reports that were only revealed years later. Even today, no one truly knows what goes on behind those fences. Forgotten records.
So we're coming close to the building. It's looking really creepy right now.
Not every abandoned building is truly empty. A group of explorers arrived at an old facility, hidden behind empty houses and broken down farms. It looked like an ordinary storage site, but the signs of past activity were everywhere. Inside, desks were covered in dust, yet papers remained untouched. Strange files mentioned secret projects, mysterious sightings, and unexplained closures. Old maps showed areas no longer on records. Something had been left behind. Something not meant to be found. As they moved deeper, the silence grew heavier. If this place was truly abandoned, why did it still feel like someone was watching?
A lot of creepy stuff, like a lot of creepy spray paint back here.
Frozen outpost. Beneath the ice, a secret city once existed. Hidden deep under Greenland's frozen surface, a military base was built in 1959, completely out of sight. Workers carved tunnels, set up steel arches, and created a space big enough for a small city. It had power, running water, and even a chapel, all kept alive by a nuclear reactor. At first, it was meant for research, but some believed there was more to it. The base was eventually abandoned, but questions remained. Was everything truly shut down, or was something left running beneath the ice? A similar case was reported above in entry number 1. Sealed lab. A forgotten lab sealed away for decades. Once a place of cutting-edge research, now left to decay. Hidden inside an old government facility, scientists once studied diseases and tested vaccines. The halls, now silent, once echoed with footsteps and urgent discussions. Walking through the abandoned rooms, old equipment sat untouched. Biohazard signs still hung on the doors. Deeper inside, there were labs, lecture halls, and even an X-ray room. But the most unsettling part? A flooded basement where a nuclear reactor once stood. The building won't stand much longer. Soon, it will be gone, taking its secrets with it.
And no drop ceiling in this part.
Frozen remnants. Beneath the frozen lands of the Kola Peninsula, secrets from the Cold War still linger. Secreted away are places once filled with scientists, soldiers, and machines built for a world on edge. A borehole that drilled deeper into the earth than ever before. An airbase, once ready for war, now left in silence. A cove where submarines were abandoned, their steel frames rusting in the cold. And a submarine base, once a hub of activity, is now nothing but a shadow of its past. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. Nature's Claim. The deeper we went, the more it felt like nature was taking back what was once man-made. This massive research lab, built in the 1950s, once produced chemicals and pharmaceuticals. Now, it's overgrown. Vines breaking through windows, trees pushing up through the floors. Inside, we found empty labs, strange robotic equipment, and animal pens that hinted at past experiments. The cafeteria looked frozen in time, stuck in the 90s, while the greenhouses had turned into a wild jungle, hotter than the air outside. Whatever was left behind, nature is slowly erasing it, turning this abandoned lab into a place where science and nature have switched roles. Now, the experiment isn't what humans created here. It's how the wild is taking over.